allowing it
Excuse
to.
me, one moment. You're gonna have to back up one row, folks. Just back up one row.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it? Yes.
It is, yes, I'm sorry.
Good afternoon. You could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the information testimony you're about to give this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, state your name, your department, and please tell me what you know about this.
Detective Jessica Quinn from the city of Ann Arbor. On 10/15/2023, at approximately 02:12 hours, officer responded to North University and South State Street on a shooting. Radio information was that there was 5 to 6 shots fired. And this information said that over the radio that the shooting had just occurred. Upon arrival, officers finally met with witnesses that said someone was trying to steal something. Officer Downer also located video recording of a white pickup truck that fled the scene at a high rate of speed. On the video, she could see that the plate was Edward William 1356, and that came back to 2016 Dodge Ram 1500. The registered owner of that was Timothy LaShawn Lacey, who resides at 10675 Bryan Circle in Willis, Michigan. Officers did locate Mr. Campbell, who is just one second, sorry. Jane Campbell?
Yes.
He advised that they made contact with Campbell, and it was determined that he was involved in the shooting, that he had fired shots in the shooting, and that he was in possession of a firearm, and he was placed under arrest. Also, a BOL was put out to other officers in the area concerning that vehicle that had fled the scene, the white pickup truck. Deputy Early and Deputy Heath from Washoe Sheriff's Department located the suspect vehicle traveling eastbound on I-94 east of Willow Run, bypassed west of Rawsonville Road. Those deputies located Timothy Lacey driving and Tamarian Jones in the front passenger seat. They placed them under arrest and they located a firearm under the front passenger seat where Jones was seated. Officer Polger and Officer Rourke met them at the scene. In the front passenger seat, they also located a receipt for the Bodega Brothers, which is a business that Shane Campbell was at, and all subjects at that involved in the incident were also at. Jones was wearing a black hoodie at the time of his arrest with a black ski mask on his head, which was described by Campbell. And Lacey was wearing a white t-shirt. I was called in as the on-call detective at 3 o'clock in the morning and was advised that we had a shooting and that subjects were in custody and to come in to interview the subjects. When I interviewed Campbell, he said that he went to a food place, which was later determined was Bodega Brothers, and he noticed one guy with a ski mask on and one without inside of the restaurant. They began laughing at him and his friends when they walked in. His friends, one of his friends was named Elena Bender, and there was also a gentleman named Barry and Jay, he described. He and Alina had gone outside because she was arguing with her ex-girlfriend on the phone. Campbell went outside to get her. Alina was sitting beside the, like a planter that holds trees. Ken and Alina were walking back when they approached by 2 light-skinned black males wearing ski masks. One was wearing a white shirt and the other was wearing a black shirt. The one wearing a white shirt said, "Yo, I'm gonna need your gun." The one wearing a black shirt drew his gun, so Campbell drew his gun. Then the one in the black shirt shot his gun and Campbell shot his gun. Campbell said he shot after he shot at me first. Campbell said he did not recognize either subjects from previous to that night, but they were the 2 that were inside the restaurant that had laughed at him and his friends. Campbell said that the male in the black shirt must have had a bullet already chambered because he shot at Campbell, and Campbell had to chamber around before shooting. I then called Elena Bender on the 15th on the telephone, and she advised me that she described the incident saying that they were approached by two males with ski masks on, and they were trying to steal Campbell's gun. She thinks they shot first. She said that they were she said that when the shooting happened, she ran, and afterwards Campbell ran to get his car, and then they all went back to Bodega Brothers. We then obtained video from 830 North University School, the School of Kinesiology building, from the University of Michigan Police Department. 39 minutes into the video, we observed what appeared to be Timothy Lacey by the vehicle that they exited out of, which was a white pickup truck, and the clothing description and the statute of the males. Timothy Lacey exited out of the driver's seat, and Tamara Jones exited out of the passenger seat of the white pickup parked in front of the bodega building. Lacey appeared to be ducking behind a vehicle, and Jones also appeared to be ducking behind the vehicle, behind the cement planters boxes on the sidewalk, in an attempt to sneak up behind somebody. The best way to describe it looked like they were almost hunting something when they were ducking behind these planters. Both Lacey and Jones darted out of view of the camera and then returned back into the view of the camera running. That would be around the time that the shooting occurred. They got inside the white pickup and fled the scene westbound. And today we are seeking to amend the charges of robbery unarmed for Lacey, weapons carrying concealed, and robbery armed.
I should have said, because this is People's State of Michigan versus Timothy LaShawn Lacey.
Yes.
And based upon that testimony, the court does find that there's probable cause to believe that the individual alleged in the complaint has committed the offenses, but also particularly the offense of armed robbery, based upon that information. And the court would authorize that charge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're ready on his, or?
We are ready on Mr. Lacey's case, represented by Mr. Elmenick.
All right.
Still waiting on Mr. Perkins. I don't mind calling them one after the other if the court is.
Is your client waiving?
I believe so, yes, Your Honor. We have a signed waiver.
Okay. Well, why don't we get him out of the way then if we can?
She began with the early morning hours of October 15th. Just after midnight, officers responded to reports of multiple gunshots near North University and South State Street, a busy area even late at night. Witnesses described chaos. Someone had allegedly tried to steal a firearm. Surveillance cameras captured a white Dodge Ram speeding away from the scene. The license plate led investigators to Timothy LaShawn Lacey. Soon after, deputies located that same truck on I-94. Lacey was behind the wheel. Tamarian Jones sat in the passenger seat. During a search of the vehicle, officers recovered a firearm.
Your Honor, we need to arraign him on the new.
Yes, we'll arraign him on count 3. And then.
And this was something Mr. Elman and I had discussed prior to today. This wasn't a surprise, Your Honor.
That's correct.
What does call the case of the People's State of Michigan versus Timothy Lacey.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ashley Lundy Feltus for the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Ellman with and on behalf of Mr. Lacey. Mr. Lacey, can you please state your name for the record?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Timothy Lacey.
The first thing that we would need to do, this is date and time set for preliminary examination. First thing we'd have to do is, Mr. Lacy, there has been sworn out and added a count 3 of armed robbery. And the court would advise you that that is a felony punishable by life or any term of years. You understand that, sir?
Sir.
All right. Mr. Elman asked me, Raymond, on that.
Your Honor, we would waive any further reading and stand mute.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute to that charge, court will enter a not guilty plea on his behalf at this juncture.
Thank you, Your Honor. That was something that Mr. Elman and I had discussed, so he did have notice that was coming today. It wasn't added without him having that information. So I just wanted the record to be clear on that. And Your Honor, there has been an offer extended to the defendant upon a waiver of preliminary examination on all 3 counts. The people would allow the defendant at the first pretrial to plead to counts 1 and 2, unarmed robbery and carrying a concealed weapon, with the benefit of HIDA. But there are no other agreements as to sentence. And I believe that the guidelines I've calculated on the unarmed are in at least the 50-month range. I think it's 54 months at the bottom. So there's no agreements as to sentence. But if he should waive today, that offer will be available to him at the first pretrial. Mr. Elman and I have also discussed the possibility that pretrial may need to be adjourned so he can have sufficient time to think about it. But we're not in the business of allowing it to.
Excuse me, one moment. You're gonna have to back up 1 row, folks. Just back up 1 row.
Yes,
Thank you.
that is the sum and substance of our agreement.
And Your Honor, we've discussed that, and based on that offer, we are going to be waiving today. I have an executed waiver form if I could approach. Thank you, Mr. Allen.
I should also say for the record that at this time, the people are going to be filing a penalty in the case of Mr. Shane Douglas Campbell. At this time, the people do believe that Mr. Campbell was a victim in this case, and we do intend to treat him as a victim. If that is reduced to and formalized into a cooperation agreement, we will provide that to defense counsel. I do have an immunity agreement. I'd like to report an order for immunity for Mr. Campbell. Should he have testified today, does contemplate testifying at trial as well, that I'd like the court to consider and sign, with the idea knowing that Mr. Campbell, in this instance, was also charged originally with carrying a concealed weapon and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. The people do intend to dismiss that case today against Mr. Campbell.
And
Defense counsel has gotten a copy of that
Copy of
immunity
that.
agreement.
That's correct, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
you've reviewed it.
Yes, Your Honor.
This, and you are,
Brandon Burr, attorney for the same county.
all right, very good.
Mr. Bird has also assured me that even if the case is dismissed because Mr. Burke is appointed, normally his representation would end at that time. He has assured me he will continue to advise Mr. Campbell about his Fifth Amendment rights and appear at any trial as necessary.
That's correct.
Today is what the, all right, and I have signed the, immunity order
Thank you, Your Honor.
for Mr. Campbell after reviewing the application in the case. All right. Mr. Lacy?
Sir.
You're intending upon waiving your right to have a preliminary examination?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding which people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed.
Yes, sir.
You understand you'll not now have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, sir.
All right. People also waive their right.
We do, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendants bound over to circuit court on all 3 counts. Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would waive any formal reading and stand mute.
And then having waived formal reading, standing mute to all 3 charges, court will enter a not guilty plea as to those charges. Pre-trial in this matter will be set for
January 7th at 1:30 with Judge Conlon.
January 7th, 2026, 1:30 before Judge Conlon.
Your Honor, we had this as a Judge Hammoud case.
You have it as a Hammoud. I also do have it as
Maybe due to the co-defendants.
I have his case. Where is it? I have Conlon. So Jones has Conlon. and Mr. Lacy has Hamoud. And let me ask this. Your client, Mr. Elman, doesn't have any other criminal charge. Has he had any criminal charges in Washington County?
When was that? That was here, right?
Juvenile, yeah.
As of many years ago, Your Honor, it doesn't, I don't
No,
believe he has.
that's
pending.
fine. Were they felonies handled in circuit court?
I believe juvenile court, maybe, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, gotcha. When?
So for Mr. Lacy, I have the years 2018 and 2019, which is what Simon Judge.
That would be, those are correct, Your Honor.
All right.
Mr. Jones's prior case. It's a more recent case, so they should go to judge.
They should go to trial.
That was what I would think.
That's what I was wondering. That's why I was asking, sir. I was trying to figure out, because you get a judge for life and then a co-defendant would follow along. So I was trying to figure out when any incident you had happened and when the co-defendant happened. All right. So Hamoud, date, this matter would be set January 5th, 2026, 1:30 before Judge Hamoud.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
my client would like me to briefly address bond. I know I've addressed bond previously in these matters.
Can I mean, I'll let you certainly address bond, but I think the thing, and whether or not your client would like the court to truly address bond, right now it's set at 150,000 cash surety. He now has added a life offense, which would change this significantly in the court's mind.
And I would request a no bond if bond is addressed.
And we're not going to address bond. Thank you.
Bond will continue.
May I approach the signing information?
Yes,
Should have one, I think
I should have the new one. And
I'm pretty sure I did.
To the speaker,
yes, sir.
for that Nolo
Have
price,
I ever been able to stop you? But no, I appreciate you asking permission. Go ahead.
for that Nolo
Yes.
price, are we going to call Mr. Campbell's case today?
He's here.
Yes.
Um,
I was just planning to file paperwork, Your Honor, but whatever, please support.
what's your preference, sir? Would you like me to?
What's easier for Ms. Lundy?
It doesn't matter. I can just file the paperwork.
I mean, Ms.
Well,
Filter, sorry.
Mr. Campbell's here.
Yes.
So why don't we do it this way? We're still waiting for Mr. Perkins.
Yes.
And so, why don't I just have that case brought down and we'll just take care of it on the record?
But he's not relieved of his subpoena obligation.
Correct.
Okay.
He would need
Right.
to understand that.
Oh, no, we had a
Discussion about that.
Yeah.
Okay. And any dismissal anyway today would be without prejudice, so that if he doesn't fulfill those obligations, this case is going to come back up.
Correct.
But if you want me to call, I'll just get the file done and call it today. And clarify it.
Every day, Your Honor.
You do the same, Stroma. Okay. So you're gonna get that one down and then do that. And then, do we have any clue as to where they might be in selection?
So they're having a hard time getting their last juror to stick. I was
Got it.
told 15 minutes and then now we gotta grab somebody else, so.
All right, so we'll get that file down and then but they're on their last year.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna then stand in recess and I'll come back out. Hopefully, once Mr. Perkins gets over, we can get everything lined up, take care of your case, take care of that. All right?
Firearm from beneath the passenger seat. Then came the interviews. Shane Campbell told detectives that two masked men approached him outside Bodega Brothers. One demanded his gun. The other pulled a weapon. Campbell claimed the masked man fired first. He said he returned fire. Surveillance footage appeared to support parts of that account. Video showed two individuals exiting the Dodge Ram, moving behind planters, ducking low, positioning themselves in a way the prosecution argued suggested an ambush. Moments later, gunfire erupted. Then the truck fled the area. Based on that testimony and the video evidence, the prosecution moved to amend the charges, adding armed robbery. The judge reviewed the request carefully. Probable cause was found. The armed robbery charge was authorized. Mr. Lacey was formally arraigned on the additional count, a felony punishable by life imprisonment or any term of years. He acknowledged understanding the charge. Then came strategy. The prosecution extended an offer. If Lacey waived his preliminary examination, he would preserve the opportunity to later plead to reduced charges, unarmed robbery, and carrying a concealed weapon under a more favorable sentencing framework. There were no guarantees, but waiving could potentially remove the life offense exposure. After consulting with his attorney, Lacey made his decision.